Hello dear students, welcome to the MSBT online learning platform. We bring you the most relevant e-content in the most attractive digital format. Myself, Dr. Surendra Kugdapwar, Head of Department, Civil Engineering, Government Polytechnic Nagpur. In this learning session, we are going to cover the unit outcome 3B, that is draw the theoretical and practical profile of gravity dam section, which is the part of course outcome 3, maintain the irrigation structure. This unit outcome we are going to study through the subtopic forces acting on the dam, theoretical and practical profile, and typical cross section of the gravity dam. The concept map for the portion, the forces acting on the gravity dam, where we are going to study the different forces acting on the gravity dam, the profile of the gravity dam, theoretical profile and practical profile, galleries in the gravity dam, drainage gallery, foundation gallery, inspection galleries, and joints in the gravity dam, that is transverse and the longitudinal joints. Dear students, we are going to cover the forces acting on the gravity dam and profile of the gravity dam in the video 1, while the galleries and the joints will be discussed in the video 2. Let us see the gravity dam. The dam which resists all the forces acting on it by virtue of its own weight is called as a gravity dam. A gravity dam may be constructed either of masonry or concrete. This type of dam is the most permanent one, requires little maintenance, and is most commonly used. A gravity dam is mostly straight in plan and is known as straight gravity dam. The most of the gravity dams are solid, so that no bending stress is introduced at any point, and hence they are sometimes known as solid gravity dam. Where the good foundation are available, the gravity dam can be built up to any height. So the very important condition is to have a good foundation site. See, this is the typical section of the gravity dam, where you are finding the overflow section of the gravity dam, which is also called as a spillway. This is the picture of Bhakra Nangal Dam, which is constructed across the Satluj River in the Himachal Pradesh, and it is one of the very important and most heighted gravity dam in the India. Let us see the cross section of the gravity dam. Students, you are finding here a sketch where you are seeing the cross section of the gravity dam. This trapezoidal section is the gravity dam. You are finding upstream and the downstream. The top is called as a crest and the parapet walls are provided. Similarly, you are finding the maximum water level and normal water level in this reservoir. The galleries are also provided. Similarly, you are finding the spillways to take out the water from the upstream side to the downstream side in a most safe manner. Similarly, the sluice ways are also provided to take out the silt from the upstream to the downstream side. So this is the typical cross section of the gravity dam. Let us see the different forces acting on the gravity dam. See, this is the sketch, and now we will see the different forces acting on the gravity dam. First one is the water pressure. You are finding here the water pressure on the upstream side. This is the water pressure on the upstream side. Similarly, the water pressure on the downstream side. Weight of the dam. This body exerts certain pressure on the dam. That is the weight of the dam. You are finding here the uplift pressure. Fourth one is the pressure due to the earthquake. This is also called as the seismic pressure. See here, you are finding the pressure diagram. hydrodynamic pressure diagram. Fifth one is the ice pressure. It is subjected to the areas where the temperature falls below 0 degree, ice form and which exerts the pressure. Wave pressure. You are finding here the wave pressure. Silt pressure. Whatever the silt deposited on the upstream side, it exerts the pressure, and you are here finding the silt pressure diagram. Wind pressure. So the open portion which is exposed to the wind on the upstream side, here you will find the wind pressure. So these are the all important forces acting on the gravity dam. Let us see in the detail the different forces acting on the gravity dam. Water pressure on the upstream side. Water pressure is the major external force acting on the dam. This is the overturning force. The magnitude of the water pressure is the PWH is equal to WH square by 2 and its act at h by 3 from the base, where W is the specific weight of the water, H is the height of water. So you are finding here the water pressure on the reservoir side. The lot of water will be stored and it exerts a big water pressure, and you are finding here the water pressure diagram. Another water pressure is formed due to the wedge which is formed due to the particular shape of the gravity dam. See here you are finding this wedge of the water and it exerts the pressure through the CG. This is PWV. Here you are finding this another water pressure. Again one more water pressure exerts on the downstream side. Weight of the water on downstream side acts on the downstream side, and it is also the retaining force, and its magnitude is WH dash square by 2, where H dash is the depth of the water on the downstream side. See here tail water which is on the downstream side, it exerts the pressure. So three types of the water pressure. One is on the upstream side, another is due to the wedge, and third is the tail water pressure on the downstream side. Now the another force, that is the weight of the dam. See weight of the dam, upstream silt pressure. See here weight of the dam. Here you are finding the body of the dam and it exerts certain pressure. And what is the magnitude of that pressure or weight of the dam? It is the W is equal to area of cross section multiplied by the unit weight of the dam acting at CG of the dam, and it acts in the downward direction. So this is the big pressure or a force acting on the soil over which the gravity dam is resting, and it is the stabilizing force. Another important force is the upstream silt pressure. See, this is the silt deposited on the upstream side, and it also exerts a pressure on the gravity dam, and its magnitude is given here WBHS square by 2 into 1 minus sin phi upon 1 plus sin phi, and it acts at a HH by 3 from the base. See, this is the HS, means height of silt or depth of silt. WB is the weight of the submerged silt, and phi is the angle of internal friction. You are finding here the seismic force, that is the earthquake force. This is the pressure due to the earthquake. See, these forces are considered only in such area of country which comes under the seismic zones, where the possibility of earthquake is more, and these are taken as PE, that is earthquake pressure, is equal to 500 H square, which is approximately acting at a 0.42 H from the base horizontally in the downstream direction. It is overturning force. See, this is the earthquake pressure diagram, and here the PE acts at a 0.42 EH from the base. Next force is the uplift force. It is the pressure due to the seepage of water through the foundation. See here, uplift pressure. It acts upward on the foundation of the dam and reduces the effective weight. Weight is coming this direction, uplift pressure is going in this direction, so it is reducing the effective weight. Its magnitude is given by U, that is KWB H plus H dash by 2, where K is the permeability of foundation. Next force is the ice pressure. In extreme and cold climate, the top surface of the reservoir freezes into the ice. Due to variation in temperature, such ice expands during the daytime and exerts pressure on the dam. This force acts along the length of the dam at the reservoir level. The magnitude of this force varies from 25 to 150 ton per meter square. Another pressure is the wind pressure. The wind acting on all the exposed faces of the dam exerts pressure in the wind direction. This pressure depends on the speed of the wind. Next important pressure is the wave pressure. Waves are generated on the reservoir surface because of the wind blowing over it. Wave pressure depends on the height of the waves developed. See here, you are finding the wave pressure. Waves height may be calculated by the formula given by the DA Molitor. Here HW, height of wave, it is given by this expression where EF is less than 32 km and for EF greater than 32 km, Molitor formula HW is equal to 0.0322 under V into F. So what is HW? It is height of waves in meters between through the crest. So this is the HW you are finding here. V is the wind of velocity in the kilometer per hour. F, pitch or straight length of water expanse in the kilometer. And this total wave pressure is given by this expression PW is equal to 2.4 W into HW in to the power half into 5 by 3 HW, that is equal to 2W HW square. And this PW acts at a 0.375 HW, that is 3 by 8 HW from the reservoir surface. After studying the different forces acting on the gravity dam, we are going to study the elementary profile of the gravity dam. A theoretical profile of solid dam is an imaginary section having the shape of right angle triangle with its base on the rock and apex at HFL and water face is vertical and base width is obtained to full stability conditions of no tension and no sliding. See, elementary profile means theoretical profile. Here you are finding the right angle triangle. Okay. The elementary section of the gravity dam is designed for only two stability conditions, no tension and no sliding. In this elementary profile, only three important forces are considered. Only three important forces. Those are weight of the dam, water pressure and uplift pressure. See, here you are finding the three forces only. One is the weight of the dam, that is the W. It is exerting in the body of the dam. Another is the P, here P, and third one is the uplift pressure. And this dam is designed for only two stability conditions, that is no tension and no sliding. As we have discussed, the weight of the dam is equal to half BHW, where W is the unit of the unit weight of the water and rho is the specific gravity of the dam. Another pressure is the water pressure, which is equal to half Ws square, where H is acting at a 1/3 from the base. And third one is the uplift pressure. Its magnitude is given half CWB into H, where C is the uplift pressure intensity coefficient. Base width of the elementary profile, that is the bottom width of the elementary profile, is to be found out under two criteria. One is stress criteria and another is the stability or sliding criteria. Stress criteria are considered when the reservoir is empty and no tension is developed, while sliding criteria, for no sliding occurs, horizontal forces causing sliding should be less than the frictional forces opposing the same. After discussing the theoretical profile, now we'll see how is the practical profile of the gravity dam. See, this is the sketch where you are showing the gravity dam which is in actual existence, that is the practical profile. The elementary profile of the gravity dam is only a theoretical profile. The elementary profile is not possible in the practice because of the provision of road at the top. See, this is the road at the top, while in the case of the elementary profile it was the right angle triangle, like this right angle triangle with the apex. Additional load due to the roadway. Since this you are providing the roadway, the additional load will be exerting due to the shape of the practical profile. Similarly, here in the apex it was at HFL, but we require the freeboard in the actual condition. Due to all these provisions, road, then additional load due to the shape and freeboard, the resultant forces of the weight of the dam and the water pressure falls outside the middle third of the base of the dam when the reservoir is full. To eliminate tension, some masonry has to be provided. See, due to this particular shape, this resultant goes outside the middle third, and to maintain the stability condition, you have to provide this additional masonry to eliminate the tension. So, dear students, we have studied in this session the gravity dam, forces acting on the dam, theoretical and practical profile, typical cross section of the gravity dam. The key takeaway of today's learning session: forces acting on the gravity dam should be properly understood to design the dam. Elementary profile of the gravity dam can't be worked in the actual practice. You have to provide the practically possible dam. The references and the certain links I am sharing here to study this particular part in more detail. Thank you, dear students. Hope that you understood the concept of the gravity dam. Thank you.